Hey, it's BT with the BT Le Mans GP report. Let's get right to it. You know what? No place crushes dreams like Las Vegas and Le Mans. They should call that place Las Vegas Le Mans or Le Mans Las Vegas because people went there with high hopes and they left broken hearted. I mean, it broke some hearts this weekend. Let's get right to it. Moto 3, first broken heart. First of all, I thought it was great. Jorge Martin, the guy, everybody pegs him for the championship. He should win the championship. I think he will win the championship, but it's just like the last 2 or 3 weeks, things have been like, especially with when he had the casualty Canet ran into him and in Jerez, and that ruined the friendship. Now that he says we're not really friends anymore, which you call somebody a race and you get a donut, that makes you go, you know what, I don't like you anymore. So he had it all for this weekend. It looked great. And Marco Bezzecchi, let me tell you something. This kid came out of nowhere. I follow racing all kinds, and I don't know where this kid come from, but he was like Jason from Friday the 13th. You couldn't get rid of the guy. Like, remember Martin would pass him like, okay, I got to lead, and he'd catch him, and he kept saying his tires are going to come off, and his tires never went off. Remember, he kept saying, okay, his tires are going to go off. He should fade back. He never faded. And Jorge Martin was like, this guy's getting on my damn nerves, and he kept the pressure on. He rode a great race. Let me tell you something, man. That was a scary crash, but I like how Fabio Di Giannantonio finally got sick of following him. Like, you know what? I don't know why I'm following this guy. I'm just as good as Jorge Martin. He's my teammate. I'm gonna make a move. And that move he put on Jorge Martin was like, damn. And when he stuffed him up inside, and then he passed Bezzecchi. And Bezzecchi, when he high-sided, that was a scary high-side. And unfortunately, Jorge Martin had to be caught up in it. And it was a horrible race. Let me tell you something, though. The moment of the race to me was Jakob Kornfeld doing a supercross moment. Was that not badass? Like, damn! He was airborne. He got air. He was like Michael Jordan back in the 80s. He got air, and he came down in the sand pit and kept on going. That right there was a badass moment of the race of all the classes. Props to Jakob Kornfeld. But honestly, I thought, here's what I think is BS. I think BS is when they call the penalties, like the 1.5 second. Granted, you can't cut through, but at the same time, those guys don't know that. It's Moto 3. They don't have the thing on the dash. I think they should get a ride-through penalty at the most, or hold them for 1.3 or whatever seconds it is. Him getting penalized, that hurt my heart to watch Fabio Di Giannantonio kick ass and only be told he's not going to race. Watching that, you know what that's like? That's like telling a kid there's no Santa Claus and then watching the reaction. Oh, by the way, there is no Santa Claus. What? And he just cried. I mean, seriously, like, no, there is no Santa Claus. Basically, it's a fat man who's a drunk, and he's called your dad. It's not Santa Claus. And that's what that was like. I felt so bad for him, but man, props to the rest of them. That's why you got to give the race to Alberto Arenas. Hey, you got to be in it to win it, and he was in it to win it. But I think they need to change the rules for those penalty seconds. Tell somebody in advance you got a penalty so they can do a ride through. At least try to come up through the pack. I mean, what they're doing, it's crushing kids' heart. They don't know that. They don't have a pit board to tell them they've been penalized. So to tell them at the end, I think it's wrong. I think with technology now, you can do it on a pit board or stand somewhere and say, hey, you got a ride through penalty. That'll be the second, the 1.3 second or 3 second penalty. And penalize them that way, have them come through the pack, but don't do it at the end of the race. I think it's BS. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Hit the Moto 2. Moto 2, Pecca Bagnaia. Damn. Like, there's a reason Pramac Ducati signed him. He's going to be the little boy wonder. But let me tell you something, man. The scariest thing is watching Johan Mir finally get the hang of that bike. Johan Mir, and I hate to say it, he's going to make Alex Marquez kind of like, the more he comes up, the more Alex Marquez kind of fades to the back. But Alex Marquez, I'm still sticking with Alex Marquez to win the championship because there's something about when everybody starts giving attention to somebody else. It's like a girl. It's like all of a sudden, like, you're supposed to be the new queen. Like, hey, what's going on, girl? Hey, what's going on? Another girl comes up and more attention's paid to her. And then you go, oh, really? I'll show you who the queen bee is. And that's what I think what Alex Marquez is going to be because he feels like Jan Brady. Like everywhere I go, it's Johan. And I think Alex Marquez is still win the championship. But Johan Mir, once he and it sounds cocky for him saying that he don't want another year in Moto 2. He wants to go to GP. Personally, I think he deserves GP. Watch his eyes. His eyes says he's a champion. And the way he gives interviews, he talks like a champion because he is a champion. Watch him next year. He could ruin everything for a lot of people. There's talk to him going to Suzuki, which Suzuki's supposed to be talking to Lorenzo. And so he talked to him going to Suzuki. And maybe, just maybe, who knows, maybe Repsol Honda. I mean, you never know. That will be interesting to watch the Boy Wonder with the new Boy Wonder. You know what I mean? Oh, that would be. Can you imagine Marquez and Yohan Mir in the same paddock? Oh my God, in the same garage. Oh my God. You know what that's like? That's like Rihanna and Beyonce saying they both want to go out with you. You're like, oh my God, are you serious? Both of you girls like me. Oh my God. That's what that's like. So it's going to be interesting to see. Yohan Mir could ruin a lot of people's lives as far as that goes. As far as Lorenzo going to Suzuki. Suzuki gets Lorenzo. You get a 5-time world champion with Rins coming up. But then what if you get Yohan Mir coming up? Now you got two young up-and-coming riders who can develop the bike together. Oh my God, GP is so great. Moto 2, let's get to it. Personally, I thought what Xavi Vierge did was incredible. First of all, his bike not starting, had a fuel pump problem. You can't help that. I mean, that's just the bike. But what he did from 36th to get 5th, what? He was burning his tires up. Imagine if he was on the front row and did that. He could have won the race, but he didn't. But props to Xavi. I thought it was a great race, Moto 2. Let's get the GP boy, Marc Marquez. Like what I say, I said if the Yamahas didn't show up in Le Mans, it could almost be game, set, match. But that's why they do. That's why they race the bike. That's what Nicky Hayden said. God bless his soul. That's why you race on Sunday. But right now, Marquez is feeling sweet with the bike, which makes everybody go, oh, God. He's won with the bike. I mean, it was going to be Dovey. And to watch Dovey crash was like, what? It's like watching your dad get beat up. Like, oh, my God, Daddy got beat up. It's like watching him crash. I mean, see, Dovey never crashed. So watching that, and I kind of knew with Zarco, he was at a home race, all that pressure gets to you, and it's like all your friends, because I know it's like friends come out to see you, and you want to do well, so you're riding above your limit, or you're going, hope everything goes right, and you're a little tense, and you want to win for your home fans, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. I didn't want it to happen, kind of knew it was going to happen, but it was great to see Jorge Lorenzo out in the front. I don't care what anybody says, I like to see him out in the front. Wrong tire choice, and he faded, man. He faded, honestly, like a one-hit wonder. Like, I don't know. It wasn't Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli had like 3 or 4 hits, and all of a sudden they were gone. That's what Jorge Lorenzo like. He was like the Milli Vanilli of that race. Like, he was out for 4 or 5 laps. Like, oh, look at Jorge. And all of a sudden, where'd Jorge go? I feel bad watching him when he went to the garage and sat down. You see it in his face. I don't care what anybody says. I hate watching this. This is hard to watch, man. Like I said, it's like watching your dad get beat up. It really is. Like, Daddy, you lost a job, and then he takes you out, and some guy beats him up at a restaurant. Say you're at Chili's, and some guy beats. That's what it's like watching Jorge Lorenzo. It's like watching your dad get beat up in a Chili's parking lot. Anyway, I thought the race was good. Marquez is in prime form. The reason I think personally there was a lot of wrecks because they said the track had almost too much grip, and they say it has what's called stiction, where it's like it's grippy, and all of a sudden it loses grip, and that's when the tires are grip, boom, and they just. It's like watching the 500 era. When the 500 era, when they twisted a little too much, and that 2-stroke would kick in, they go whoa. Whoa, and they all start flying. Remember Mick Doohan? They all start flying. That's what that race was like. It's like, there they go. There goes Kyle. There goes Moto 3. There goes Moto 3. There goes Moto 2. They all went high side, and it was nobody got hurt big time in that race. Personally, the things to watch for coming in Mugello is to see if the Yamahas do. And Valentino Rossi is basically calling out the Yamaha. He's calling out his home team. You can see the frustration that he has, and the frustration and what people don't talk about is the frustration within the team. But Maverick Vinales, he said, I say this quote. I'm cheating right now, but I want to read this to you. His quote said, and I quote, this is Maverick Vinales. I improved because I was trying to crash in every corner of the track. I was trying to crash in every corner of the track. I don't want to finish the race 7th. I want to finish the race in the top. So I didn't care if I crashed or not. That is some straight gangster shit right there. Maverick Vinales is second in the points. He's second in the championship. No one talks about this. Suppose he's having a bad year, right? He hadn't won. I think he did the podium maybe twice. Right? But he's second in the championship. So if they get it right, if Yamaha dials it up and gets it right, Maverick Vinales is still in this. He's second. He's second, having a bad year. He's second because he didn't really put it in Maverick didn't put it in the gravel pit. So for him to be second, if he gets it right, if Yamaha gets it right, I don't know why Yamaha can't go to Japan and get their bike right. Do they lose money? I think they have a cakewalk to get some money for Yamaha or do a GoFundMe. Like Yamaha does a GoFundMe. You got like a Kickstart. Like, hey, we're Yamaha. We need some money. We need to develop our bike. I don't know what it is, but when they get it right, if they get it right, Maverick Vinales is still in this damn thing. It's not over by a long shot. So GP is just getting greater, and I love how dope Dovizioso called out Lorenzo and goes, "Who do you want for a teammate?" He goes, "Well, I think Miller or Petrucci kind of earned it." And then they told Lorenzo what he said. Lorenzo goes, "Well, you know what? I don't get my direction. I don't take direction from Dovi. I go to the boss. I talk to the boss, Gigi. I talk to him personally because he's the boss." He said it with some vitriol, with a little stank on it, as I like to say. So I think GP is getting great. Mugello is going to be scary because all the Italians, their first home race, and like I said, the pressure, they want to look good in front of their Italian fans, so they're going to be riding like a bat out of hell. It's going to be crazy. Mugello is going to be Edapazzi. So let's get it. Let's go ride of the race. Ride of the race for Moto 3. Even though, like, you know, with the penalties and everything, you got to give it to Albert Arenas. God bless that kid. He was in it to win it. He got his first victory, granted, through the penalty to Fabio. But, hey, he won. He won. So, congratulations to him. Rider of the race, Moto 2, that's Xavi Vierge. Xavi, man, that dude is riding the wheels off that damn bike from 36 to 5th. Yeah, rider of the race, Xavi. Xavi is that dude. Rider of the race from GP is a tough one. I'm going to give it to Petrucci because Petrucci knows what he's up against, and he did the damn thing. Personally, I think Petrucci's going to sign with Aprilia. God, I hate that what's going to happen to Scott Redding, but it's just face the facts. It is what it is, man. And the badass moment of the whole thing, you got to give it to Jakob Kornfeld for supercrossing that son of a bitch, man. When he went across Bastianini's bike and he literally jumped it like Evel Knievel and came down, and that was some Fast and Furious shit right there. So, badass moment of the race. Got to give it to Jakob Kornfeld. Thank you guys for watching. Coming up, Mugello. Remember, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Funnyman6869, Funnyman6869. That's Funnyman6869. Until then, thanks for watching. And you know the word.